is tight for money. I was caught by a story in the Post about Jevon McSkimming, former Deputy Commissioner of Police, now facing a variety of serious charges involving pornographic images or offensive images being held on his work computer devices. But the Post, for some reason, has seen fit to go and ask questions about that offending of his church, and he belongs to one of those new agey church things. And it strikes me there is now in mainstream and legacy media, which is all incredibly left, of course, there is a real tendency to go after churches who have people who've done things wrong. Now, someone does think, oh, that's a Roman Catholic, let's go and talk to the bishop, right? No one does that. It's an Anglican. Oh, let's go and ask the Anglican Church how they feel about that person being charged or being criminal. But it's okay, it seems to me, if you're a member of one of these New Age churches, it's like the media put you in the Gloria Vale bucket and they come for you. And look, I'm just going to find this story that was in the Dominion Post this morning, and it's just so weird. And I think it reflects a prejudice against certain types of religion in our mainstream media. I think basically it's a bias, because I cannot for the life of me, unless you're trying to say something bad about religion and these religions, I can't see why you'd bother. Disgraced former top cop's church devastated by charges. The church attended by Jevon McSkimming is distancing itself from the former top cop. Well, only because you're putting the church next to the former top cop, right? That's why they've got to distance themselves. But you're already in that paragraph, police reporter Katie Ham, creating an impression that the church is somehow involved in his alleged defending. McSkimming, who turned 52 yesterday, oh, how interesting, happy birthday, is charged with 8 counts of possessing objectionable material, blah, blah, blah. And he'd been the Deputy Police Commissioner. Nothing there we don't know until we get down to about the 6th paragraph. He was known to be an active churchgoer and a regular at the Connect Church in Kapiti. Ooh. And the Connect Church is one of those happy, clappy churches. Ooh, and I imagine the Liberal, Green, Labour voters in the Post and the Stuff newsroom don't like those sorts of churches. So why not drag the guy's faith community into his private and personal offending? So obviously they have responded, and I'm going to say to Connect Church, you silly billies. You silly billies. This sort of call-out cancel culture only works with people who think everyone else is as weak-willed as they are. So you shouldn't have responded, but you have, and you've given the Post an opportunity to basically smear by association your church, which I imagine the people who wrote this article think is a bit odd. And I'm just going to say I see this so often, guilt by association, alleged guilt by association, and I think it's crap, actually. It's a terrible, terrible thing to do. Do you get that feeling too from mainstream media that they're very against, and of course we all know they hate Destiny Church because they don't fit the narrative, do they? I wonder if you think that churches get a hard, and in fact in general people of religion get a hard time from our very lefty socialist mainstream media. Yes, Hugh, we're working on it right now on the YouTube, on the app. Working hard. You can listen live for free, of course. This is for Platform Plus members, though, Hugh. I get you. I think we have. Josh onto that right now. Sure. They don't do that for Muslims. Someone said. Sean, if you are a Labour MP, they do not ask anything. Annette King never asked why she never called 111. Oh, Damien, I know what you're talking about there, you naughty boy. Sean, churches are also a symbol for the nuclear family, hated by our minority-obsessed mainstream media, says Tony. Yeah, that's interesting. Did they go to the people who run Rainbow Tick, or the LGBT folks when Bussy boy Benny Doyle was doing sus stuff. Good point, Callan. And why go to someone's church? Why not go to their bank? Oh, do you know that this guy accused of this banks with you? Does the bank have anything to say about that? Or go to their workplace. Do you have anything to say about that? The whole construction of a story like that is designed to have an effect subconsciously on what you think of that group or organisation. Yes, I know you're a Plus member, Hugh. That's why we're trying to fix it for you. So in the meantime, just listen. And you're obviously listening now. You can hear me talking to you. And we'll get it fixed. Something's gone skew-iffy. Sean, haven't seen the media asking questions of the Church of Māori for all Māori offending. Oh, Ratana, go to Ratana. Hey, we want to know about all these people and all these dead babies. No, that's not fair of Ratana. But you see the equivalence, how ridiculous that would be? Sean, it's only the Christian-based churches that they have an issue with. Why is that, says Brad? No. I'll tell you someone who's got a real problem with Christian-based churches is that guy David Farrier in LA. Sean, what happened to innocent until proven guilty? Shame on the mainstream media and the church involved. No, the church are being targeted here and they fell into the trap of commenting. Because if they'd just said, we've got nothing to do with that, we're not going to give you a comment, or hung up the phone on the post, there would have been no story. Oh, they would have said, oh, church shuts up shop over Jevon McSkimming. Is he an office holder in the church? As far as I know, no. If he was, they would have told us. How often did he attend the church? I don't know. How did they find out he did attend the church? Who gives a flying F at a donut? That's my point. We better take our first break at 17 minutes past 7.
Flooding is one of our biggest challenges in recent years, so be prepared for a flood. Made from it easy to access.
New 21-volt Lawnmaster Lithium. To find your local...
Better wear earplug. Better work.
Corrected, better sleep.
Doesn't fit all. Kiwi Fertile production and profit while ensuring.
I wanted just to give you trouble out of that tour.
My tours visit
councils to account when they say particular. We're committed to standing up for you.
Plunket Unchained on the platform.
All right, yeah, it's a problem with the VMAX server. And that means as much to you as it does to me. But Josh is maybe on his way down here to fix it, whatever it is. Sorry, in the meantime, you'll just have to listen to my dulcets. I am looking pretty snappy this morning, though. I can tell you. Is that right, Bella? Okay, I'm not going to ask you to comment, to confirm or deny. Now, I was looking for a name. Evangelical Christians churches or evangelical churches, not the happy clappy. That's my way of describing them. That's what I meant. Philip says, yes, the media hate us evangelical Christians. We all must be carrying out the same heinous crimes. I mean, an Indian, a person of Indian descent gets crime. Oh, do you go to the Hindu church? Right? Oh, an Islamist person, you couldn't go to the mosque and say, oh, were you involved in this? That'd be terrible. That'd be un-rainbowy, wouldn't it? Sean, never let the truth get in the way of a good story, in the way of an opportunity to take a stab at Christian churches. That's the liberal media, says Sam. So my perception is shared by some of you guys. That's really what I'm trying to establish. Sean, this is great from Scott. Sean, I'm a Platform Plus member. I got a ticket while driving on Tuesday. Just thought I should let you know in case the media comes to you for comment. And Scott, well put. That is absolutely calling out this crap piece of journalism in the Dominion Post. And it's a chance to have a crack at an evangelical church. That's all it is.